everybody. How are we all doing? Good evening to you. Welcome to the Skinny Jean Gardener Show. Hope you're all fantastic. Hopefully you can hear me all right. If you can't hear me, let me know in the comments. I can see all the comments coming from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and even Twitch. That's right, Twitch. Hello. I hope you're all good. My name's Lee Connie, the Skinny Jean Gardener. It's been a while since we chatted on here. Sean, I know Sean's on the old chat. Let me know if you can't hear me, because that would be terrible, wouldn't it? 2 hours of me just mouth syncing to nothing would. We can hear you, mother. We can hear you, mother. Welcome, everyone, to the Skinny Jean Gardener Show. Hope you're all fantastic. It feels like such a long time, since we chatted. Phone line. Oh, I should mention, phone lines are open. Hey up. Hello, Rich. 07423 574 520 if you want to get in touch. Also, if you check out on the old comments, there's a link. Not only can you call in, sure, say, hey, 07423 574 520, say good evening, and let's chat gardening. You can also literally zoom yourself in to our live stream if you wanna. Don't have to. It'd be nice to see your face. Everyone loves to see your face tonight on the show. So yeah, it's great to see you all. Alison's here. Alison's gone and got a G&T. Good idea, Alison. Strap in. Richard's here. A up from Rich. Sean's here. Hello, Sean. Good evening. Who else? And Mark. Come on, Mark's hurry up, says Mark Jarvis. Oh, Mark, we got 2 hours. 2 hours every Monday. I'm almost going to change my idea halfway through today. I almost thought, are you sure you're going to do 2 hours every single? Well, not every single day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're here to chat gardening. 0742 357 520. We're here 4 days a week, 2 hours every night to chat gardening. Do you think there's enough chat about gardening? Can we do enough? I've got a lot of plans of what we're going to be able to do on this show, and there's a lot been going on. There's a lot been going on over the past. Was it February? Was it February we last did this? If you're new to the game, hello. We did do this before. We did a phone-in show every week, but just like Sugget. Hello, hold on. Here we go. Now you're talking. Yeah, I knew you'd be the first.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm just about to make a cup of tea, so I thought I'd just come on quick, and then I can watch you when I'm in the kitchen.
Perfect, mate.
I put a light in, yeah.
How are you? Good?
I've had a very busy weekend building raised beds.
Oh, yeah, I saw your raised beds. I tell you what, I like them black.
Yes, it's something that you could do. It is blackboard paint.
Well, I tell you what, when you said about blackboard paint, I actually thought, won't the chalk rub off?
No, because you use liquid chalk pens, and you write on top what they are, like broad beans or something. And I got this idea because I was on the bus one day, and it was raining, and I happened to look outside, and there was a public house, and I thought, how do they keep their chalk on those boards? So I got off, and I went across, and that's what I found out.
It's clever thinking, man. It's clever thinking.
I think it's going to catch on.
I think also it keeps your beds warm, isn't it?
Yes, that's the only thing that I learned in physics, is that black attracts the heat and white reflects it.
Well, that's why everyone was putting bin bags in their paddling pools, mate, over the summer, weren't they?
Yeah,
science. Science. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Well, there you go. You've not got a massive paddling pool like mine to fill up, have you, mate?
Well, I'm pleased to be the first one on.
Yeah, we've ticked it.
and to show everybody else that it's quite easy to do. And now the darker nights are starting to come.
Isn't it? I
There's
think it's
nothing else to do other than just tune into you and find out what's going on.
I know. Just watch me burn out over the next 5 to 6 months.
5 to 6 months. I'd say 5 to 6 days.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, I'm going to go and I'll watch the rest of the show while I'm making my dinner.
Thanks, my man. I'll speak to you later. Thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Here we go. Sean James Cameron, everyone. First one. I wondered who was going to be the first. It was Mr. Sean James Cameron in 10 minutes. He's gone and, if you're not going and seen his YouTube channel, go check it out. Because he's just gone and got some new raised beds. Painting them up with black chalk. And I think it's such a good idea. I love a bit of black chalk. Bit of black chalkboard paint. What have I got into black chalkboard paint in my garden? We made some black chalkboards. If you're not seen already, we for the book. Where's the book? Book's at the back here. We'll do an advert later for that. Don't panic. Actually, while we're sitting here, I wonder if a little bit of anyway, you can call in just like Mr. Sean James did. I don't know if it's going to make a difference. Let's not do that. I've got some adverts coming up, but unfortunately it didn't load. So if at around the 1:30 point anyone wants to call in and do an advert with me, you're very much welcome. We use black chalkboard paint on a load of where have I got them? I've got them somewhere. Just like any type of wood, right? Paint them up. Awesome for kids to draw chalk on. And Sean's gone and done it with his beds. Not his bed in the bedroom. But his bed's in the allotment. I thought it's such a great idea. I wish Sean could stay around longer because I'm sure he said that he was going to put some sort of watering system in there. But I don't know if he did that. Maybe he's done that on the YouTube. I've not watched his channel for a couple of weeks. So I did see him put a picture up about it. But I wonder if he did that watering thing. He might let us know in the comments. I don't know. But anyway, go and check them out. The beds look wicked. A bit of black chalkboard paint sorted. Alex is here. Hello, Alex. How you doing, my friends? That's a massive commitment. Yeah, we're committed to this for 1 whole year. A whole year, 4 nights a week. Might take Christmas off. I'll be honest with you. I might take Christmas off. Whole year here for you to chat gardening. It's all here for you. So a massive commitment. Yes, Alex. Yes. The Essex Allotment. If you've not listened back to the podcast, guys, Alex was on a few weeks ago. Great podcast. Great podcast. Richard says, I use chalk pens on my potato buckets. It makes sense now, the chalk pens, doesn't it? When he said it about chalkboard paint, I thought, that doesn't make sense. It's going to... I can show the comments there. Doesn't make sense. It's going to rub off, innit? It makes a lot of sense now. It's a good idea. In fact, I've just remembered what I did use chalkboard paint on. I've used chalkboard paint recently. I knew I bought some. What else did I use it for? That's it. I bought some. I painted up the taxi. If you don't already know, I've got it was a ready sort of coloured taxi. Painted it black. That's right. Yeah, I've got a taxi in the back garden. Sure. What you haven't? It's a long story. We'll tell later. Anyway, I used the black chalkboard paint to paint that up so we can do some cool stuff on there and it'll wash away. But also I used the chalkboard paint, the black chalkboard paint, on my water butt because it's a horrible green colour and it had been sitting around for ages. I thought it needs to blend in a little bit with the old grey black colour scheme. And it works perfect. But not only does it sort of blend in with the background, also, guys, heats up the water. Not bath. It's not like bath water. Don't get me wrong. It's not like bath water, but it definitely heats it up a little bit. It's not cold. It's not cold, guys. Alison said, you'll need to be a lot earlier for me to zoom in. I'm in my jammies at this time. That's fine. That's all right. You don't have to. You can call in 0742 357 4520 if you want to call in. That's fine. Or you can show yourself. Show yourself with the link. I'll whack the link back in the comments if you fancy showing yourself. Did Sean line the beds? That's a good question. Who said this? Alison. I don't know if he lined the beds. Maybe Sean can tell us in the... There you go. He's talking. He's talking in the comments, guys. Yes, it's about a foot down and linked to a pipe I can water into. Video coming in the next few weeks. I wonder if he did line the beds. That is one of the things which, with these raised beds, I do wonder, because they do rot after a while, don't they? If you're going to spend out, you don't want to rot away from the inside. A lot of my sleepers, I've moved. I'm one of them gardeners that I can move my sleepers and my garden around quite a bit. I had some raised beds with some sleepers once. Surprising how quick they rot on the inside. Surprising. Sean says, with chalkboard pens, you can use different colour pens. True story. Which is great. I mean, please do expect some Sean James Cameron or the Allotment channel, whatever he's called himself that week. Chalkboard pens coming very soon to a store near you. I line mine, but lots of people don't. I think I suggest lining them. I think Sean says he does line it. He's lined his. I think that's a good idea. Line those beds. We're getting to that point now. I feel like it's September. We're the start of September. We've had summer. Today was cold. Hold on a second. Hang on. Yes, hello.
I've just been told you were asking some questions.
Yeah.
The cat just came downstairs and said you better get back up there. Bed.
People are asking about these beds, mate.
I've put weed suppressant membrane on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And when I built the beds, you can buy an additional sort of liner that goes down the side and on the floor.
Oh.
So I've put...
And on the floor?
Yes, it's a bit like a bag.
Yeah.
And so it's a bag that sort of goes in to the bed. And but there were one or two points where when I tried to level the bed out, the bag obviously was a certain size, so I couldn't stretch it. So what I did was I don't know if this is going to work, but I found some roofing felt.
Oh, yeah.
And I've put that down the side. And I happened to mention this to somebody, and he said that's what they do, and they are professional landscapers, and they put a roofing felt down the side of the wood. Because I was quite surprised after I built them to only find out that these raised beds have only come with a 3-year guarantee, which I was a bit surprised by.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because they're going to rot away, aren't they? Surely, if they don't have something lining them.
Yes, but what I'm thinking is, if they're going to go in 3 years' time, then that's enough time for me to save up and get enough money, because they are expensive, for railway sleepers.
Yeah, but even they got... I mean, they're not... They must have quite a long time period on them, though. But they do rot away as well.
I know there's a lot of people are doing this thing where they're putting corrugated iron down.
That makes sense.
But that's it. But when I looked into that was quite expensive. So I'm trying to do it on the cheap at the moment.
If you're going to put corrugated iron, you're looking like you're going to stay for about 20, 30 years there, aren't you?
I don't know what I'm doing in 2 years' time. So,
exactly.
So the beds that I've got are quite okay. In fact, somebody said to me, he said, don't get your allotment finished. Because he said, I've been watching your videos for about 10 years. And he said, I get the feeling that once your allotment is finished, you get fed up. And there could be something in that.
It's going to get...
Maybe I'm one of those type... I just like to build plots. Maybe I should become a professional plot builder.
Well, I moan a lot about how some newbies start on plots and they're just left with like just grass and rubbish. You could just be the guy that goes round to all the plots, gets them nice, ready for newbies.
Exactly. The drawback is I've discovered in my time being on the internet, there's a reason why people have plots. It's to save a bit of money. And I've discovered there's no money in allotments.
No, that is true. Oh, well, mate, are we looking... When's this video coming out, mate?
Well, I'm hoping to get a plot tour out on Sunday at 6 o'clock, which will be 2 hours after my new podcast called The Gardening Podcast, which will be going out, hopefully, 4 o'clock on Sunday.
Okay, cool. Well, we look forward to it.
You did ask.
I did ask. I sort of fell for that one, didn't I? We look forward to it, mate. Thanks very much.
All the best.
See you later, dude. Interesting chat about... I never know. And this is the reason I quite enjoy doing these phone-ins. It's because I never really know where the conversation's going. I could have a long list of a plan for these phone-ins, but I would have thought we'd start talking about raised beds, guys. Raised beds. Richard said, my pallet wood beds lasted a few years before they rotted out with no protection. Yeah, I liked your pallet wood ones. And actually, when I first started, when I first started gardening, when I first got our first allotment, we started on a vicar's allotment. He gave half of it to us. He didn't really do much for the other half. I don't know what he was really doing. And so pallets, and if you've seen my garden, you'll know that I am a big fan of pallets. Big fan of pallets. We started using pallets on ours, and it's a cheap way of doing it. It's a lot. There's a lot of work involved in breaking pallets up, but as a source of material, I think it's a great way to start things off. I've seen Richard's, and I think Richard's changed his since I last saw his allotment. I might have seen him when he did it, actually. But I thought the pallets looked good, Rich. I thought they looked good. And they do last a while. And anything that is cheap and easy. What do I need to video you? Oh, Ian's wants to video him. Hold on a second. I missed call for some reason. Oh, wait a second. New system, guys. Oh, Addison just tried to call in. Actually, you should, Addison, try. I don't know. Try again, Addison. Try and call in. You should be able to call in. If you can't, we're in trouble. No one's calling. If it's gone to voicemail, there's something wrong with the phone, and that would explain a lot, because I'm sure the calls have been pouring in. Ian, what do I need to video you? It could be awkward if both Alison and Ian calling at the same time, wouldn't it? Could be something on the phone. Here we go. Hello. Oh, hang on. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hello. What have I done wrong, Alison? Don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. Let's see if I can make this work. How am I going to make this work, Alison? That plugs into that. Hello.
Hello.
Alison, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Alison, I don't know if anyone can hear you on the thing, but it's just
I've muted the screen so that I'm not getting the feedback. So.
All right. Okay. Could you hear yourself?
No, just see. I don't know if anyone can hear you on the thing, but I know.
Well, it's a treat, Alison. I don't know what we did to it. I don't know if it's working properly, but we're here.
It's really weird. There's quite a delay.
Is there a delay from me talking to you now?
Yes.
You answered instantly.
That's weird.
Is there a delay on the Facebook?
Yeah, it's just a delay from the
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That always happens. That's all right. There's quite a delay on there.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Great. So I've got a quandary for you.
We got there in the end. Alison?
I'm here. It's weird seeing your voice move, but no voice.
Don't look at this one.
Anyway,
Go on.
So I've got a quandary for you. I am working with schools in our area on wildlife and renaturalising projects.
Yes.
So plenty of things to do in spring normally with wildflower meadows and grasses and everything. But I want to, because we've been out of the school environment, locked down.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get back in there, and we want to start. We are going to sow some perennial wildflower seed in September if we can manage it.
Cool.
But I'm really keen to get some tall grasses in there so we can keep seed heads on through the winter to help feed the birds and the creatures that need them through the winter. So if anybody got any advice to what we can plant, such as teasels, any other plants we can use to get our wildlife through the winter that would be good, that we can get in the ground now.
Good wildlife plants. That is
Between now and Christmas.
that is a question, and I ain't got the answer, Alison.
That your listeners might have.
But the listeners might have, which means that we can spend the next hour and a half working it out. Are you going to it's quite it's a good question, because I was actually thinking about this the other day, because I have sent out a video to all the schools that I visited in March, and I wanted to see if any of the schools wanted to do some gardening, because obviously loads of lessons are being outside. Like my daughter's just started back up at school, and loads of lessons are being done outside, and I wondered if they wanted some things like this to do with the kids.
I think the most outside we can get, the better, to be honest, Lee. The feedback I'm getting from our schools is, yes, they want us in, but they want us in their outside in the grounds.
That's it. Well, what sort of things are you thinking about doing?
Well, I know I can get some teasels in. I know I can get some long grasses in, but I need to buy them mature. We have got sponsorship, so luckily there are housing developments in one of the areas where the school I'm working with is, and they have sponsored us for some things. So that's really good news for us in our borough, that we're getting some sponsorship for this. It's exciting, you know. The school are really keen.
How did the sponsorship thing come along?
Oh, I was really cheeky. And, I emailed them and said, you're building houses on green fields in this area, and we've got plot of land that we want to rewild, so how about giving us back, thank you.
Oh, clever thinking. I like that.
And they said, yes, of course they would.
Perfect. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I definitely think any ideas like that are really good, because, like I say, I think as much outdoor stuff at the moment for the kids at schools is good for them.
Yeah, so if anyone's got any ideas, tall grasses, shrubs especially, it is going to be a wildflower meadow area, but we've got things for the birds and the creatures.
Right. Let's have it. You've given us a challenge, Alison.
That we can plant now.
We can plant right now. Okay.
Wait till next spring.
Leave it with us. We will have an answer by the end of this.
Fabulous. I'm looking to leave you, Lee. I'm still watching though.
Thanks, mate. I'll speak to you later. Bye. Lovely Alison there. I don't know if you could hear that. Whoa, you see me get a sweat on when technology doesn't work. I think we might have to mess around with the setup a little bit. Hopefully you could hear that. Could you hear that, Rich? I'm not sure if you could hear that. So we're looking over the next hour and a half for tall grasses or things that we can plant right now for wildlife. Anyone in the comments got an answer? Anyone to ring up who's got an answer? That'd be good. This is what we're here for. 2 hours a night answering your questions. It's one of those things. I think I know today Olive went back to school. Olive went back to school properly today. And so I've just put the link if anyone wants to call him. And so Yeah, I really want to try and put out a bit like what Alison's doing there. We're planting up some great stuff for wildlife, especially for like birds and that. Like if they've got something that they can actually go and if they've got something that they can make nests from, any sort of wildlife, it'd be good, wouldn't it? So what sort of things do you think we can plant up right now in the garden to attract wildlife, guys? Any ideas? Very much welcome. Richard said, could hear, but I think we could hear through your microphone. That's annoying, Rich. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what's happening. My technology's failing me, man. My technology's failing me. Oh, I know why it's failing me. Hey Lee, why not turn the right knob on the decks up? I'll do that next time. I was pressing the wrong ones. You can call in 0742 357 4520. I want to carry on the lockdown interest in gardening for wildlife. There's been a lot of it. Guys, which is fantastic. I think getting kids, especially into wildlife, is a good way. I talk about grow your own quite a bit, but wildlife's a good one. So we're looking for grasses. We're looking for grasses that are good for wildlife that can be planted right now. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, "Oh, you want to just Google it, Lee? Why don't you just Google it?" I don't want to Google it. That's what we're all here for. To come together right now. Actually, I've just planted up some grasses and I've got the label. Wait, they're just normal grasses though. They're not nothing special. Wait there, hang on. Leave the screen. Hang on a second. Not terribly professional. Just walking out into the garden. Not terribly professional walking out into the garden, is it? Oh, here he is, Mr. Surrogate.
Hi, dude.
Mr. Surrogate.
How you doing,
mate? I'm good,
right?
man.
Good. You can hear me, okay?
From one shedio to another.
From one shedio to another. I'm just in here preparing tonight's podcast, funnily enough. So,
where's everyone come on to plug their own stuff, ain't they?
well, we got to do it, mate. We've got to do it.
I'll go away, my friend.
You are the top podcaster?
Apparently. Self-proclaimed, mate. Self-proclaimed.
Well, we all do it, funnily enough.
How was Tricks, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Busy as ever with one thing or another. I've decided I don't like work anymore. I'd sooner be in the garden.
Yes. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, mate. Yeah. Well, but during lockdown, you were almost over-gardened.
Yeah. I think the trouble when we were in lockdown was that I had nowhere else to go to change my view or what I was doing. So all I saw was my garden or my allotment. I think apart from the one day I came up to see you towards the end, that was everywhere, the only gardens I'd been in.
Yeah.
Whereas usually in normal times, we can go visit other people's gardens or gardens that like you and I go and visit, which just, you're still doing the same sort of thing. You're still sort of gardening, but you're just getting a fresh perspective. Yeah,
you're right, man. I know what you're saying. There you go. What's been going on anyway, mate? What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I've been sowing lots and lots of seeds, veg seeds. We got lettuce, onions. Bought some onion sets today.
Yeah.
And going to get those in the garden. Not this weekend, probably next weekend.
Nice.
Lots going on. Had Richard Vobes came down to the allotment on Saturday and recorded a video.
I saw a video, very pro-fesh.
Yeah, it was a good one. Even had a drone going to get some overhead shots.
I couldn't believe it. I need to get myself a drone.
Yeah, a lot of money for a few seconds of video.
Yeah, look good for sure. I'll just go on your shoulders, mate. I'll just go on your shoulders and you can just like.
Just get a GoPro on a really long stick. That'll do.
A GoPro and a broom, and you're sorted.
There you go. Sorted it. It saved you a few £100 there.
That's it. Actually, do you know what? I tell you what. I've got your Oh, I've just dropped them all. Hang on. Got your seeds here, mate.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. Look, I'm going to be sowing some of these tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
I'll plug you. I might as well plug your little club, mate. The Veg Grower Podcast Members Club.
Yeah, Supporters Members Club.
Support. All right, mate. It's wordy. Bit wordy.
Yeah, I know.
I've got some radish. I'm not going to do them because I've already got some radish growing. I've already got a bit of lettuce going. A bit of parsley.
Parsley. Yep, gotta love a bit of parsley.
I'm going to onions.
Onions. Yep. You don't like onions, do you?
I'm not a massive fan of onions, but maybe I'll grow them for a friend or something. I don't know. Cabbage.
Yep.
Did we have cabbage last month?
No. The only thing you've had the same this month to last month is the radish. And last month I'd done a salad leaf mix. This month it's just plain lettuce.
That's it. And some peas.
And broad beans you've got as well, haven't you?
Down there somewhere. I did drop them, but I hope you wouldn't notice. Yeah, so I'm all right on the sow, mate.
Excellent. Lots to be sown. It's amazing how much we can still sow in September. I always think, anyway. People think we get at the end of the year, there's nothing we can do. There's loads that we can sow.
That's it. Well, I've always told you, I've always spoke to you and I saying I don't really grow much throughout the winter, but this year, mate, I'm here. I'm ready.
You've got no excuse.
Literally haven't now, have I? You've literally had to start a whole members club to make me sow for the winter. Yeah, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it, my friend.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be good. I'm excited to see how everyone else gets on with them as well.
Have you had much feedback?
A few people. I mean, a lot of them, with the nature of podcasts, people tend to stay quiet anyway. Yeah. But obviously, people have signed up for it. Seeds have gone out. A few people sort of came back and said they're growing this. The mustard I sent out last month, they're eating. So there's lots of people who are using it that I'm hearing from.
Yeah, I'll be harvesting.
But it's still lots of people I'm not hearing from as well.
Here's a question for you. So I don't really grow mustard very often.
Okay.
But I've obviously got some growing. What would I use mustard in, mate?
Right. 2 ways you can use mustard. You can use the leaves, just like salad leaves. It goes really nice in a ham sandwich, actually, just the leaves.
Nice.
Or you can let it flower and get those seeds after they flower and then turn that into mustard powder or mustard sauce.
Oh, naughty. I like the sound of that. Mustard. Or actually turn it into sauce from...
Yeah, like Coleman's. Yeah.
What?
I can't remember the recipe off the top of my head, but I think it's something like you take those seeds and you ground them down into a powder, and then you add, it might be water, but I can't off the top of my head remember what it is, but it's quite simple to do. But you do need a lot of seeds for it to be worthwhile.
Right. Well, okay, I won't be doing that, but but I might be doing the ham sandwich one. Sounds good.
Yeah. Also goes well in beef. If you have beef on your Sunday roast, a bit of a mustard leaf with that.
Oh, of course. So many uses. Well, I've got plenty of mustard growing now, mate. So it's a great news.
There you go. And you've got plenty of uses for it now.
There you go. Have you had much of a harvest over the last couple of days? You harvested much, mate?
Tomatoes, apples, lots of apples actually, pears, a few squashes, courgettes, what else? Raspberries, quite a bit coming in, which is great. This time of year there is always so much food to come in, but what I've managed to do this year actually, and I'm really pleased myself with it, is I haven't had a huge amount, except for the apples, huge amount coming in one go. Like the tomatoes, I've had enough just to see me through until I need to go get more.
What about courgette?
So, courgettes, I've managed to, we get 1 or 2 each week, and that's enough for Amanda and I.
I don't know if I have not had that many courgettes this year, and usually I'm inundated with them.
Yeah, Everyone reports that they get inundated with them. It has been a very difficult year for most plants. So we've had warm, moist weather followed by really hot sunshine, and now we're it's an early autumn, I think.
Yeah,
very, very early. I think you were saying to me the other day your pumpkin plant has started to die back and go hard.
This one behind me is not the V1, by the way. This is not the one that is still out there. But it is. It's dying back. My pumpkin plant is that's real, by the way. It's not a plastic one, by the way. Rich. It's dying back, man. I'm a bit disappointed because I thought I wanted to get a little bit more. But you're saying it will carry on as long as that stem keeps good.
I mean, it's not going to carry on massively, but that stem dying back is obviously putting all its nutrients into that pumpkin to try and make it more likely that it's going to create more pumpkins elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true. I'll tell you what, I've got a pumpkin plant that it's only just. I feel like this is a bit late. Like it's only just started to produce pumpkins.
It is a little bit late, but at the end of the day, if we get a long autumn, we don't get a bad winter. It'll carry on growing, and you might just get some small pumpkins.
Yeah, maybe.
And I always actually think when the vegetable is smaller, they taste better.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking forward to a bit of. See, Olive really wants to turn it into a standard, and I know you hate this. We've had a long conversation about this before.
Yeah.
About a jack-o'-lantern, as the Americans call it.
Yeah.
I really want to make some pumpkin soup, mate. I'm pumped for some pumpkin soup.
Well, at least you're going to do both, so that's acceptable in my eyes.
That's true. That's true. I was talking about this the other day to someone, and I was like, I feel like I'm talking about this a bit early, but actually we're not far from, like, I always think about harvesting time is around Halloween. That's when I'm going for it. That's my aim, and we're not far from that.
No, it's. I've started seeing people actually selling pumpkins. So
is it? Really?
Yeah. It might be. I probably reckon a week or two early for them to be as ready as they are.
Yeah,
but it's not that far until Halloween. What's end of next month Halloween, isn't it? So
month and a
half, 6 weeks.
Yeah. Sean's saying pumpkins will stop growing if the overnight temperature drops below 10 Celsius. Pumpkins on his side have stopped growing.
Yeah. Mine is still growing. I can see that. So
you live in Barbados, so you're all right.
Well, no, LA. Get it right.
LA. Amongst the palm trees.
Amongst the palm trees, yes. We got lots of those.
I don't suppose we got a question today from Alison, and the reason it didn't work is because my technical ability left me about grasses for wildlife.
Yeah, one I'm going to be sowing. It's actually a green manure. It's called Phacelia.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm growing it because it also smothers out weeds, but that's got flowers. It'll grow over the winter and it'll flower quite nicely, which should attract some of those beneficial insects in.
What's it called? Phacelia.
Phacelia. Yeah.
How are you spelling it? How are you spelling it, mate?
PHA.
PHA.
CILIA.
CIA. Phacelia. Or Pacilia, if you just read it off the
Yeah. You got an A in English, didn't you?
Yeah, that was long gone. Mrs. Mars will be absolutely devastated. Although I am a published, self-published author, mate, so should be proud in that sense, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, other things you could also do is like the wild meadow seeds as well. There's some of those we can sow at the autumn.
I've got a few of them. I'll tell you what I was thinking about doing. Thinking about doing a bit of seed bombing, mate.
Yeah, great idea.
Not in my own garden, though. I thought about the area, around the area. You're not allowed to do that, by the way, guys. But
yeah, but who's going to know?
I'm like the Banksy. I call myself the Banksy of gardening.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a little twist on Banksy that we could do with that.
Yeah, no, let's not go down that
route. No, I wasn't going to go that route. I was thinking, I was thinking Ganksy or something, but Something garden related.
Put it in the comments.
Put it
Clean
in the
versions only,
comments.
please.
Yeah.
Yeah, wildflowers are a good one, aren't they? Phacelia. I've not heard of that one before. I will Google it. But you say it's got like some nice flowers going on.
Yeah, I mean it is more of a green manure.
Yeah.
Now I've actually sowed some at the weekend when I dug out my potatoes, and I'm trying to use it to smother out the couch grass. But it will grow over the winter. It is a winter green manure, so I think that'd be great for some of these foraging insects.
Yeah.
Also, actually, in some ways, just leaving your garden a bit untidy helps insects.
Yeah.
Leaving little areas for insects to go and hide. Hollow tubes or hollow sticks, just leave those lying around. They'll benefit.
Even like, I always think like hedgehogs and stuff. Like our gardens are like so tidy and manicured that there's no space for them to really hide. Even mine now, I'm feeling like I've not really left a proper area for them. Like I want to have an area in the garden which is a little bit more overgrown and the grass sort of, so they can get up. I mean, don't get me wrong, they come in and out, but I always think about it. I thought about hedgehogs a lot more this year, mainly because I've seen a lot more of them.
Yeah. Well, you put a hedgehog highway in your back garden, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got to. I tell you what, I've got to do, Rich. Is I've got to put. I did it on one neighbour's side. I need to do it on the other side because he's moving in a few months' time. And if he moves and someone comes in who wants to tarmac their garden, which generally what happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's absolutely. I cannot tell you how many photos I've seen on Instagram in the last week about artificial grass, but we'll do a whole show on that, no doubt, at some point.
Yeah.
So I need to get that done. But yeah, these hedgehogs, I think wildlife in the whole lockdown thing has absolutely thrived.
Yeah. Well, I think with less noise, because less people are driving their cars around, I think the animals and the wildlife suddenly came out because they were less scared by noise.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. And the bat, I've seen so many bats recently and all. We talked about bats before, haven't we, on the show? But bats I've seen. So yeah, actually, do you know what? I tell you what, Alison, I've just planted a load of grass. Alison asked about grasses. I've planted a load of grass up, so I'll whack them on Instagram tomorrow. Luckily, I kept all the plant labels because Olive picked most of them, to be honest with you. But
yeah, bless her.
But yeah, I was surprised how many flowering ones there are.
Yeah. Did you hear about the guest I had in my garden the other week?
No.
No.
Sean James Cameron, was it?
No. I had a fox living in my garden. I had to scare it off because I've got chickens and quail in my garden. Living in your garden? Living in my garden. Behind this shed, I've got a little 6x4 shed right down the very bottom of my garden in the waste area, shall we call it. He was living behind there. I've had to keep going out. I don't want to scare the fox off, but because I've got chickens, I kind of had to.
That's fine, isn't it? Where's it going to go, though?
Well, there's a little park not far from us, so it can go there. Well, there's lots of little parks near us, so we can go there.
We have a fox that's there in the morning, early mornings. I mean, way before I even wake up. But my neighbours have said that every morning it sits on top of the taxi and chills out. I don't think it does it anymore because of the way we've built that area down the end of the garden, but it sits on the taxi in the sunshine. I suppose because it's warm because of the black roof, but it's surprising, isn't it, how they get about?
Yeah. My dad used to have them in his garden. They used to jump over his 6-foot fence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need them, mate, if you got chickens.
No. If it wasn't for the chickens, I wouldn't mind. But
no,
I've got to make adjustments for the chickens.
Same time though, even if you didn't have chickens, I don't know if I'd like to know that a fox was sitting in the back garden.
They're no problem normally, are they?
One stole my mother-in-law's slipper once.
Oh well, yeah, that's going to happen. I mean.
And I've still got a flip-flop that's missing, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not kidding you, I've got one flip-flop that's been sitting, and my wife's like, you need to get rid of that. I'm like, no, it's going to show up. But I'm thinking now in my head, Fox, You know when we did the 24-hour live?
Yeah,
Fox went over the shed roof.
that's right. Yes, I do remember that.
So they're about, mate, and they are criminals.
It's probably taken it and chewed it to pieces.
Yeah, probably in the woods, the local woodland. We've got
some.
I tell you what, as well, is even though I call it my favourite. I know we've gone to wildlife here, but my favourite animal. It is. Are you watching this, by the way?
Yeah, I've got it going on over here.
I can hear it go. I can hear it
going. I
going.
turned the sound off, so you should be able to hear it.
I can hear it going.
Hang on. I know what it is. I've got my headphones plugged in as well.
Oh, there we go. About professional with me. Squirrels, even though, when you're asked, oh, what would you come back as? What animal? I always say squirrel. We've got a squirrel every single day, and my issues I had with squirrels before.
I was hoping you're going to tell that story again.
Yeah, I won't talk about it right now. But was that last year or the year before? I can't remember. Year before, 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
2 years ago. Crikey. Every day it jumps from one roof to another. All the sheds along the back of our gardens, it just jumps. It's like a circus performer, and he's constantly just hiding up nuts.
Yeah.
Or acorns, it seems, because I keep getting little acorn trees pop out of my grass.
Yeah. Have you ever found a squirrel hide its nuts in one of your pots that you've got something growing in?
Well, it hides in everything.
Yeah, they've been doing that in my garden. There's
not a patch of grass or soil or pot that he hasn't hid something in.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare.
Has it started to grow any into any trees or anything?
I get loads of them. I could start a farm.
Excellent.
How trees we got growing? I don't want any trees though.
Bless.
But why do they hide them up? If they're not going to come back for them.
Well, they're storing them in case they need them. But
he must have loads because he never comes back from here.
But we haven't had any good winters for a while, so I don't think they're struggling as much as they usually do.
They're rich in it, aren't they? Rich in nuts.
Yeah.
Oh dear, mate.
Bless.
Usually we'll have an advert break, but unfortunately the adverts didn't load today. Do you want to do an advert?
Let's do an advert then. Go on in.
Right, Rich, can you advertise for me Flymo lawnmowers?
If you need to cut your lawn, then why not use a Flymo lawnmower? There you go. Nice and short and simple.
Good. Right. Can you also advertise there's free adverts, my new book?
Yes, I can do that actually, because I have it right here.
There we go, mate. Look at that.
Look at that. It's a brilliant book. Absolutely brilliant book. Highly worth, if you've got a kid or if you don't have a kid, highly worth buying and reading and doing some of the projects.
Okay, right. Quite short adverts I thought, but okay, we'll stick with it. It's available right now, $9.99 and finally, can you advertise if anyone wants to advertise on the stream, then get in contact?
Who did I get in contact to?
With me, obviously. I'm not going to get in contact with you, are they?
Well, what's your email? Or how do they contact you?
No, Lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk.
Okay. I'll do a broadcasting voice.
Sure.
If you want to advertise on the Skinny Jean Gardener live show, then contact Lee at skinnyjeangardener.co.uk.
That is pretty good. I might even click that up and just use that in the future.
I wouldn't, because I think I got your email address wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, that matter. It's like no one's going to email it. Don't worry, mate. Oh, dear. We've got loads of comments coming through. You like to stick around?
Yeah, sure. I'm not doing much.
I'll
probably get told off by the wife in a minute, but she's
I'll let you go in a
downstairs.
second. Stuart Jackson's here. Hang on. I'll slow down a second. Crikey, we must have missed loads. Here we go. Alison says she's got shed envy.
Yeah.
But who's his best? Whose shed's best? Put it in the comments.
Whose shed's warmest?
Yeah, mine's pretty warm tonight, though. Pretty hot tonight.
Right. Yeah.
You hot in there?
It is quite warm in here. I mean, I've got the lights on and
you got your grow lights on. What have you got growing in your grow things tonight?
Not much at the moment. They're all starting to die back, so it's getting time to have to clear them out. But not really using it at the moment. It's just more there for decoration. In about 10 minutes, they'll probably turn themselves off, though.
Oh yeah, because it's getting late, mate. Richard, you won't have many years to go to retirement, says Ian.
Well, I've still got quite a few years to go, thank you. But it's a nice thought.
Richard looks like he's in a photo booth, and the chair has dropped down.
Yeah. To be fair, it's because I'm going for my phone camera, not my webcam.
He also says he's also a weatherman. We are having a heat wave next week. Heard it here first.
Okay. If it doesn't happen, we're all blaming you, Sean.
Yeah, I bought a winter jacket the other day, so I don't. That's good. I hope not. I hope we get a bit of sun. Don't get me wrong, but not a heat wave. Surely not. Alison says, "Is that because you're down south?" Alex says, "When are we ranking top 50 gardening personalities again?" Probably by Thursday for content. I'll be honest with you. We'll bring that back. Don't worry. Stuart Jackson's here. Sean says about home and bargain. Two aisles of Halloween stuff and Christmas stuff.
Yeah, I've seen Christmas stuff already.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I don't know if you've been in the garden centre in the last week or two. As they're clearing out all the summer gardening stuff to get ready for the Halloween and Christmas stuff, they're putting stuff on discount.
They're not clearing the barbecues and stuff away yet, are they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, it drives me mad. End of school, end of the summer holidays. That's when they start doing it.
That's nuts, though. I feel like this is prime time. This is a good time for it. This is like, especially, right? I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but I've not had as many barbecues as I normally would over lockdown. Maybe or after lockdown, because summer holidays are sort of after we managed to get out a little bit. Mainly because we're trying to get out a bit. So now it's September. I'm feeling like, oh yeah, maybe we can have a little barbecue now. And it's a missed opportunity, my friend.
Missed opportunity, absolutely.
Missed opportunity. Stuart says seed bombs are great to do with children.
Yeah.
Where can you find out about seed bombs, Rich? Just keep that
in this book.
Guerrilla gardeners are ace. I told you, Rich, and I said I'll tell everyone on the stream we might have Ron Finley on, hopefully.
I'm well looking forward to that, mate.
The top guerrilla gardener. It could be. We still could be talking about it next March. So don't get too excited.
Fingers crossed.
He's gone cold on me, mate, since I last spoke to him. Might have to have the Rich brothers before we have him. Oh, and then people talking a little bit about artificial grass. We won't go into that too much tonight, but I do want to talk about it. Stuart says, I got some nice black grasses for sale, £1 for a 9cm pot. A lot of plants go on for sale at this time of year, Rich.
That's what I mean. I went and got some grapevines because they were being sold off cheaps.
How much did you get your grapevines for?
Normally £15, they were down to £8.
I should have waited a couple more weeks. I just bought a grapevine.
Should have waited. It's what I always do. This time of year is when all the bargains come in. I still think it's way too early, but they do it.
And the gardening channel with Ray says we've been having barbecues on Sunday mornings on the allotment garden. I shouldn't really talk about that, Ray, because Richard's not allowed to do that anymore. But
I used to.
Sticking the knife in there of that. He's not allowed to do that anymore, Ray. But but lucky you.
Yeah, very lucky you.
Right, mate. You better go and
better go do some work, hadn't I?
Wait, do some work, or at least see your wife.
Oh no, she's all right. She's downstairs watching TV.
She might be watching this.
No, she won't be. I can hear her. She's watching some weird thing.
Great. Mate, thanks for calling in.
No worries. Thank you, buddy.
I'll speak to you later, dude.
Yep. Have a good one. Great show, by the way.
Thanks, dude. See you later.
Cheers. Bye.
Mr. Suggett there on the show. Briefly, I talked about them seeds. If you want to find out more about them, we didn't really plug them, but the veggrowpodcast.co.uk if you want to find out more about that little members club over there. We did get some other comments coming in. Let's have a little look, see what else comes in. Hello, Ruth. How you doing? Ian says, why do you own a black Cabley? I own a black cab, Ian. I've told this story a few times, but I know some people haven't heard it before. So when I first started out, we started doing some bits with Kew Gardens, which was cool. Enjoyed that. But one of the main projects we did was to create a garden inside a taxi. Bet you can't guess who idea that was. Start a garden taxi, basically, that would drive around London. We brought a taxi. Actually, I didn't. We were given a taxi from my old work place because they were just going to get rid of it. I said, I'll have it. It was just sitting there rotten. There's probably a reason it was sitting there rotten, because when we took it for an MOT, it had about 10 pages worth of problems, which wasn't great and probably would have cost about 10 grand to fix. So we had to get another taxi. We had to buy the next taxi. And I was left with a taxi, as you do. I was just left with a taxi. And I said to my wife, I said, we could just put that in the garden, couldn't we? That'd be quite cool, and create like a little room out of it. And she said, yeah, of course. That'd be really good, as long as we can definitely get it out whenever we don't want it. And since then, we've built decking around it, fences around it, an office around it. It ain't going. We've ripped out the insides of it. The interior is totally cleared out. There's nothing left inside it. There's a bed in it now. So anyone that wants Airbnb and a taxi, this is the place to be. And yeah, I just use it as my office, really, and just like a little chill out area. It's really cool. But yeah, so that's the story of the Black Taxi. We did create a garden in the Black Taxi, and we did drive it about as well to festivals and things. So it was really cool. It's part of the Grow Wild. Back to the wild growing thingamajig. It was part of Grow Wild with Kew Gardens. That was a really cool project to be part of. Little did I know I'd come away with a taxi. And that is the story of the taxi. Ruth, hi. Absolutely. I once made a mistake of putting conkers out for the squirrel. You put conkers out for the squirrels, Alison. I now have a forest of horse chestnuts in pots. Let me know if you need some. Yeah. Well, I know what you're saying. We've all got forests from squirrels, but it's actually not a bad little business right there, is it? That we could do. Look after your little oak trees. I will sell them. There you go. Stuart's all about selling plants. He's all on it. So welcome anyway, Ray. I didn't really welcome you. Say good day, all. Welcome to the show. What's growing behind you in the garden? Oh, what's growing behind the garden sign? Are we looking? Which side are we looking on? Could be chives. Could be plants. Could be that pumpkin. Be more specific. Be more specific, Rory. Be more specific. My shed is full of tools. I've got some tools. I'll let you into a little secret, Ray. It's just a studio. It's just a studio. I've got an actual shed. And I'll be honest with you, if we did this in my actual shed, we wouldn't get in the shed. We would not get in the shed. I've got a ridiculous amount of tools. A lot of them that I'm not using anymore. I'm using more hand tools at the moment because I've got a lot of raised beds. Ruth says, I want one of your books, Lee. I want one of your books, Lee. You can get one of my books. That one right there. You can get it right now on Amazon.co.uk. How to get kids gardening. It's on $9.99. It might be cheaper, actually. Let me have a little look for you. How? You can't see this, but how to get kids gardening. Amazon like to sometimes drop it in price, which is kind of them. It's not come up. Here we go. What is it now? It's back to £9.99. You missed it. It was £8 something the other day. £9.99 is pretty. I think it's pretty good for the book, guys. It's there. Go grab it. £9.99. 30 plus ideas. Really good one. It's good. Here we go. Ray's chatted a lot. I've got to get through Ray's chat. It's good to hear another gardener is down south. Not me down here. Ray, where are you in the world? Where are you? Wilco's bargains on sale now. Or everyone always talks about the Wilco's. Ian says, I've got 3 grapevines last year. Starting to grow now. Yeah, I got my grapevine and I just expected it to go crazy. I mean, I was probably expecting too much. It was just a week after having it and planting it. But I'm looking forward to when it grows. But massive. My dad's got loads of grape. Actually, he's ripped that down. It's an incredible grapevine. Incredible. I don't know if he's watching tonight. Incredible grapevine, and he ripped it down because he was doing something with that corner of the garden. But I was like, I would have put the shed somewhere else. I would have said no. Don't have the shed. Just don't have the shed. Who is that talking? That talking was Mr. Richard Suggett from the Veg Grower Podcast. Just noticed he was not subscribed. Any pictures of a taxi? I've not tonight, Ray. I've not, and I'll get some put up. I'll get some photos. I didn't expect anyone to ask for photos, but there's some photos. If you go to my Instagram, Ray, Skinny Jean Gardner on Instagram, you'll be able to see some of those photos of the taxi because I've painted it up recently. He says, my daughter was searching for pine cones for squirrels. Yeah. I'm loving the comments on the screen function. There you go. I decided to put a big leather armchair in a 6x4 shed. Why did I do that? I don't know. To keep? What do you keep it in there, Ray? By the way, the phone lines are open. If you want to get involved, the phone lines are open. 0742 357 4520. All right. Ian says, excuse me, Mr. Jean, you haven't reminded me what app I need to video you live. Right. Here is the link, Mr. Ian Beddoes. I just saw Perception UK pop up. How you doing, Simon? What's going on, my friend? Good old StreamYard. I wonder who suggested this fine piece of software. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. It's decent, isn't it? It's really good. No, I'm loving your TikToks at the moment. TikTok. Right, Ian, get involved. All you have to do is click the link. And you can, there we go, at the bottom of the comments. Fantastic. Oh, here we go. Okay, Lee, got to get the kids to bed. Allison's not even put the kids. Allison's 9 o'clock at night. Keep up the ideas for winter seed heads and wildlife-friendly plants to plant now. Don't worry. Leave it with me, Allison. Leave it with me. And in the morning, you can tune back, watch back the last hour of the show. We got a few ideas. Pasilla is one of them. We'll definitely come up with a few more in the next hour. Here we go. Savit. Oh, hold on. Here he is. Who's this? Hello. Here we go. This might work. It might not work. It's a black screen, but he might be there. Hello, Mr. Stuart Jackson.
Good evening, Lee. How are you?
Great, mate. Your signal is always terrible, but I'm good, my friend.
Getting used to being on your own in the garden, eh?
And we're getting. Do you know what? I actually I missed Olive today, very briefly, and then I was like.
Oh, you
no.
Yeah,
it's a bit different.
No, that's a no then.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm getting a lot more done, so that's one good thing.
Lucky you. I'm at work, so I'm getting less done.
But good to be back, right?
Tomorrow we'll start the gardening at school. Oh, amazing. Yeah. I've got 8 children at the moment. It's just lush. In reception, that is. So we've got 8.
Is that a restriction then, Stu?
No, induction. We're doing that. Well, only because they never did induction before. They never visited school. So we're doing a week of small groups and then back into it next week. So I've got a class 32 in the afternoon tomorrow, though. Yeah, year 6 tomorrow. So that'll be forest schooling, and then hopefully get some gardening done. Yeah, 6 and 5 this week.
I talked about earlier. I don't think you're about, but I talked about school kids being outside a lot more, and I think it's a really big thing for teachers. And I think you being already there is a massive bonus as a forest school teacher.
Well, even in reception, we're outside all the time because we got the new builds finished now, so we're outside. The doors are open and they go in all the time. So it's like the philosophy is coming now that I've sort of been there 5 years, and it's more and more classes are wanting to do it. So if the weather's dry, they push them aside. I hope it will continue once COVID is finished as well. So that's if we get past COVID.
When it rains, someone asked me this the other day. When it rains, do you still do lessons outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forest school happens regardless, whatever the weather. It was raining today, and reception was outside in the rain. They just put a coat on.
Oh, I love that.
It's more difficult the further you go up the school. But the earlier, especially Key Stage 1, it's so easy. You know, they got a coat, they got a pair of wellies, get them outside.
Yeah.
So, and you can teach most of the early learning goals outside.
Well, that's it. That's the thing, isn't it?
I don't give in easy.
Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm just sitting here thinking.
I think I've had this discussion with you before.
We have a lot of discussion about this. Do you know what I'm sitting here thinking while I'm watching you, Stu? Is what we should do is what I'm really like. This is just the start of this show, but we've got weeks and weeks of this, and of gold. And but what I'd really love to do is get a few of us, a few of us on here to talk about this, because obviously you saw the documentary last Thursday go out, and I'm really looking at how we can progress that in the future.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I think it's a good idea, a really good idea. Get people, the same thinking.
Because I put something out recently. I put a thing on Twitter about making it a lesson in schools, and I got a real not a mix. It was actually 95% people said yes, and I think about 70 people voted for it. But I got a mixed response in the comments about making sure that it's not something that's forced on the teachers, and it's put into education the right way. What do you reckon?
I think the way forward from where I'm sat is go through forest school. Then that way, if you've got a forest school in your school, or a forest school teacher doing what I do, 2 lessons a week, it's so easy to do. So tomorrow, I've got 32 children. I will split them half. Half will go gardening, half will go dam building, and then we'll swap over. Yeah. And then like next week, the teachers were already asking me to do gardening. So that's why I bought the garlic and the onions for them. We'll talk about, and then they will have a template. So every month they take photographs and they record what's happening. So it's easy because it's, especially in Key Stage 1, growing is in the science bit of the curriculum. So why grow a runner bean on the window when you can grow it in the garden?
Yeah,
that's what annoys me. The teachers say, "Oh, well, we can grow the runner beans. We can put them in the windowsill." then 3 weeks down the lane, it starts to smell, they chuck them out. So if we
So
plant them in the garden...
doing like plastic bags, I don't like that.
Yeah. No, I don't like that at all. I think that's rubbish. You know, we can all grow something sticking in the plastic bag and stick it on the window. But if you're going to grow something, let the kids see what the end product is and let them taste it. And like the intention with the garlic and the onion is it's the long-term plan for that class. That is their money. They will sell their onions and the garlic to the parents. And then that £50 or whatever they make gets spent in their class. So that's the incentive. One of the things that could really work is, rather than making it like a permanent like lesson, is funding forest school teachers more. And obviously you'd say yep. Well, I never paid for my training. There are grants out there for outdoor learning. It's just people don't want to look because it's raining, I get my hair wet. You know, I don't have that problem. So, but it's true. Where I worked before was Mr. Jackson would go outside because our hair would get wet. And that's how I started, by being the person that went outside. And that's how it all started, really. So you've got to have, the teachers have got to get on the outdoor philosophy. They can't think, oh, well, it's raining, we're not taking them out. You book that lesson in, you get wet. The kids know they got to bring up their outdoor clothes, they're waterproof. So if it's raining tomorrow, we will do the same as we would if it was sunshining.
Yeah, I love that.
I've stopped doing the sunshine rain plan. I used to have 2 plans, one for sunshine, one for rain. Not anymore. It's a plan. It will work regardless.
Yeah, whatever the weather.
Whatever the weather. Yes, you can adapt it a little bit if they're younger, if it's really cold in the winter. But you just have them out for less time. Instead of having them out for 2 hours, you have them out for an hour. And if it's really cold and you can only have them out for half an hour, at least you've had them out.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and that's the problem. I think teachers are scared. Oh, well, parents might moan at us because they get dirty or they get cold. And, you know, our skin is waterproof. So even if you get wet to the skin, it's not going to get any wetter.
I think anything.
They go home after me.
Well, that's it. Any stories they go back with about it sort of counterbalances any dirtiness.
Yeah, it's what you say. It's about making memories. If memories, they've in 20 years' time, that's what it's all about. It's like the day that you come and saw a lad use an electric saw. Yes, it shouldn't, but it was safe because even though he had it in his hand, I had my hand on it as well. So it's just letting them think they're doing some of it. But tomorrow they're going to be making hurdles to go around the garden.
Yeah, I talk about that story all the time. I love that. I was so jealous of that.
Remember
yeah, exactly. Yes, Stu. Right, I'm gonna contact you probably sometime this week because I really do want to progress with that, and I think you're
no problem,
key
mate.
player,
Just
mate.
Fire an email or a phone call over.
For sure. And
I better go back and go on.
Are you guys going to do a podcast?
I've lost you. We are, Class 5 are going to do it with Anna.
Wicked.
You know, the teacher that led it last year. Yeah, I was going to hope that you were going to be our first guest.
Right, mate. I'm always happy to be a guest. Yeah, for sure. That's
going to happen. We will talk about that tomorrow when I've got year 5. I've got year 5, so that would be discussed tomorrow, and they get the plans set up. And if you give me an email or phone call, we can sort something out.
Nice one. Let's do it, my friend.
Yeah.
Stu,
well, I'm watching you doing my training as well. Okay, mate.
What?
You take care. I'm doing training at the same time.
Okay.
I've got you on the phone and the laptop in child protection training.
Oh, crikey. Right, go back to that. That is more important than this.
Yeah. All right, mate. I'll speak to you soon.
See you later, dude. Mr. Stuart Jackson there. on the show. Stuart's been on a few times, and yeah, I haven't really mentioned documentary that went out. He's still on stream. I didn't really mention the documentary that went out last Thursday, and thanks to everyone who watched it. I think we've had about 2,000 people watch it, which is really cool. And I didn't expect so many people to watch it, to be honest with you, but it's wicked. Thanks so much to everyone that has. Basically, it was from the school tour, and Stuart's school at Ashton Kings was one of the schools that we went to, and I love that school, man. Love that school. Kids are so great. Stuart's a great forest school teacher, really awesome guy. But anyway, we put out that documentary, and me and my brother sat and watched it, and I just said to him, I said, that can't be the ending of it. That can't be the end. And at the end, I said, to be continued. If you want to check it out, it is on YouTube. It's everywhere, Facebook, everywhere. If you want to check it out, but that can't be the end of the story. So I've got a few people that I really do want to get a conversation. If we've got enough, if Stuart stands by his window, we'll get enough internet. But it's definitely a conversation that I want to continue. And being able to do it live on here makes it really easy. If you've got any guests, by the way, that you'd really like to come on, or if you'd like to come on, that's also cool. Then please put them in the comments. But yeah, Stuart will be on in a few weeks' time. We'll sort that out. Michelle, who was also on, I'd love to get her on. Stuart's a forest school teacher. Michelle's a parent that helps out at her school and gets the kids gardening. I'd love to get a teacher on. Think about a teacher. One of my phones is vibrating like crazy here. I've got messages coming through everywhere. I'd like to get a mixture of people and see if we can work it, because it was one of those things where we talked a lot about what we can do and the campaign. Maybe we'll do a podcast specifically on it, but about the campaign and whoever actually, don't get me wrong, the week was incredible. We got 10,000 kids gardening. That was awesome, but we got them hyped up, which was good. We got the kids hyped up, pumped for garden. Then lockdown come down. That wasn't our fault. What can you do about that? But I think we can do more. I really do think we can do more. And big up to M&S for sponsoring that. But we're going to be talking to them very soon if we can do something more. And my point is that I can't be the one person that says, "Hey, this is a really." Just give everyone one of them. Just all get the government to order 10,000 books, or 1 million, billion, how many school children there are in the country. Get them one of them books. That'd be really easy for me to do, wouldn't it? Or here's my ideas. Here you go. Definitely go and do that. The biggest problem we've got with that is that is not helping the teachers. That is just giving them another problem to deal with. So we need to sort something out. That's my aim, and I'm not saying it's going to happen over the next week. I'm not saying it's going to happen over the next month, years, hopefully years. But but once I am Miss Alan Titchmaster's age, I hope to have sorted it. Give yourself a target. Simon says, a gardening question for the wife. How should she cut her hydrangea? Is that how you spell it? Back. Wow, question on. Hydrangea. I love a hydrangea. I think sometimes they get a bit of a bad rep. I don't know why. I had to cut one down around my hands not long ago. About a year ago, actually. Because she didn't really like it, but she kept one of them. But hydrangeas, wait until they stop flowering. They do make a bit of a mess, don't they? Once they've stopped flowering and just basically make a mess. Winter time, around winter. Oh, then Stuart goes, not until spring. I'm saying late winter. Which is late winter, spring. Stuart's saying early spring. I'm saying late winter. I don't really know anymore with our weather. But around winter time would be cool. And as long as it's not like budding, basically. If you know what to do, you want it to cut back, save a bit of energy. In the cold time. And then in spring, like any plant, innit? Get out there. Get amongst it. It's exactly how Titchmarsh says it. Get out there. Get amongst it. Stuart says, the old leaves protect the buds for the frost. If you've got a frost. That is. That makes sense. That doesn't make a bit of sense, actually, Stu. Listen to Stuart. That makes sense. Anyway, late winter, spring. If you get frost. Isn't late winter and early spring the same thing? Depends what side of it you are on, Rich, doesn't it? Depends what side of late winter and early spring. One of the things me and Richard talked about a lot, and it's been mentioned a few times on his live show, is are we losing sense of winter and springs? Like, are we gonna have to change that? That's a whole nother podcast, isn't it? It's a whole nother podcast. Ray says, such a very good idea with the Forest School. I think Forest School, what Stuart does with Forest School is incredible. I really do. Good luck with the podcast, Stuart Jackson. Yeah, Mr. Jackson, getting the kids involved in a podcast. Ian says, Charlie Dimmock. Actually, Charlie's on my... Let me write a little... If you have got anyone, let me write a little list of who we want. Not the Rich Brothers. Charlie Dimmock. He's on the list. 100%. She's up there in my head, Ian. I was thinking, Charlie. I watched her the other day with the Rich Brothers. And Charlie's definitely one of those people we want to get on. Next week, on Monday, our first official gardening guest, Captain Satsuma. Oh yes, we get all of the best people on the show. Captain Satsuma. By the way, phone lines are open. 0742 357 4520. Ian, if you can't get on, can you call that number, even if you just prank me? Just prank me, just so I know the phone's working. I'll be gutted if not. Where are you reading comments? Can only see a few on YouTube. Yeah, I'm reading comments because Mr. Ray of Gardening Channel, we are over 4 social medias. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So you can watch that. Let's see. We have got some people. If you're watching on Twitch, you're being very quiet. Let me know. One person's watching on Twitch. Thanks. So I says, perfect. I'll tell her midsummer and leave the dead leaves on it. And cut off the buds. Cut off the buds? Don't cut... What? Don't cut off the buds? Don't cut off the buds. What's going on with my phone, by the way, guys? Talk amongst yourselves. Here we... Oh, thanks, Rich. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's not work. It's not. Oh,
You're
it's not
right,
working.
Gene.
Hello.
What? Hello.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, you alright?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This system's not working tonight for some reason.
No problem.
Technology, but we can hear you. How are you?
I'm alright. I can hear me ringing you on. Yeah, go on. Slight delay, but go on.
Yeah, don't. If you're calling in, don't watch it on the the thing.
No, I'm not. I'm moving out of the way now, so I can't see it. Don't worry.
We're about 10 minutes behind. 10 minutes behind.
No, it's not. It's not that far. It's about 30 seconds or so.
How are you anyway, mate?
I'm alright.
It's been a while.
I'm just, I'm going to get on to video call you.
Oh, what happened?
Richard's been trying to tell me, and I can't get through.
Oh, we'll work. We've got plenty of time. We'll have to work it out in the week. But yeah, just usually have to click the link and you're in, mate.
I tried, but it just came up and went, no.
Oh, it just wasn't having it.
Do a thing.
Oh, hello.
But then again, you won't want to see my face anyway, so it don't matter.
Have I? What's that? Hello?
Hello?
Hang on.
I'm still here. Are you still there?
Hang on.
I can hear you.
Hello? Hello? Oh, I've lost him. I don't know what happened. I know you got. I think you could hear him, but it's. I've just lost Ian. If you're watching this, call back now. I don't know what. I don't know what happened. What a nightmare. First week, guys. First day. And a few technical difficulties. Classic technical difficulties. Having a show. I don't know why this is not working. Ian, if you're watching now, call back. We'll get you on somehow. I don't know why it's not working. How can you have a phone-in show? The phone's not working. Okay, doesn't matter. Ian, call back. If you don't worry. If you don't want to call back in, that's fine, Ian. We'll get Charlie Dimmock on for you. But yeah. Right. Sorry about that, Ian. Anyway, Charlie Dimmock will get on. Perfect. Rest of the comments. Here we go. Right, here we go. Right, see if this works. Hello, Ian.
Hello. Maybe you should stick to gardening.
I don't. It's so hard, isn't it? I need a professional. I should get Richard in, shouldn't I? Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can ring him and wind him up for every Sunday.
Yeah, I know. That's childish. Anyway, right. How are you, man? Because we're not chatted for ages.
I know. I'm all right. Thank you very much.
It's winter down here for me. It's got really cold, and I can only imagine that it must be cold where you are.
Up in Manchester, it's very, very wet.
Yeah, always wet.
Not massively cold at the minute, but it is very wet.
That's the thing, isn't it? How's your year been gardening?
Well, the one question I've got for you is, why do all my tomatoes keep dropping off the plants?
Well, they're ready. Are they green?
No, they're still green.
What? Are they,
They're still green. They're going, I don't know, soft and...
now, here's the thing. Too much water. I reckon, man.
I must admit, I looked on the internet before, and it kind of said irregular watering.
Can you say it again?
It said irregular watering when I looked on the internet.
Regular watering?
So, I've been watering every other day in the greenhouse.
Oh, because you've got them in the greenhouse.
Yeah, the ones outdoors have been quite alright at the minute, but the ones inside I'm not.
Have you got them? Are they supported?
Yeah, they're supported.
Well, I've never heard that. I was going to talk about my tomatoes earlier and say that they've been splitting, and I think that's because of too much water. But green ones falling off. Usually they're meant to be quite strong at that point.
Right. That's a bit weird.
Well, it's a podcast. Yeah, that's a bit. That is odd. I've not heard that before, to be honest with you, Ian. I've never come across that. Usually it's because of too much water and that my tomatoes split, but I've never had them fall off before they're even ripe. But if they fall off, you can ripen them up.
Yeah, I've got a lot on the windowsill at the minute, so I've got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, if you collect them, you can just ripen them.
Right.
That's my tip. Don't worry.
Anyway,
What I'm saying is, don't worry about it.
Right. And you're going to have to tell me how I can get on so you can look at my ugly mug.
We'll sort it out over the coming days, all right?
Right. No problem.
Don't worry about tomatoes. Just keep the green ones. Let them ripen. You'll be fine.
Good.
Is that the answer you wanted?
Well, it helps. The other one is, I put in a cucumber
Yeah.
in a pot, which I've now stored in the greenhouse, so it may be rooting deeper.
Mm.
It's huge. Well, I've got no fruit.
You've got anything budding at all?
Yeah, there's buds, but I've got no fruit on them. Is it getting a bit late in the year for that or what?
Well, as long as you keep it nice and warm in there, it should happen. But if you've got anything, can you actually see anything growing at all? Nothing?
Yeah, like I said, they're growing. They've flowered, but nothing after that.
Yeah, just wait. Give it a... Yeah, but the flowers are not died off, have they?
No.
Yeah, just give it some time, mate. Patience.
Right. That's the one thing I haven't got.
Well, Gary Barlow talks about it all the time, so... Little reference there to take that.
Okay.
Yeah, or best thing you can do is call Richard on Sunday. No, my joke.
Well, that's a good idea.
No, I think wait, mate. If they've got something going, then just give them a chance.
Well,
Hang
hang on a minute. If I call him on Sunday, he's got time to Google it, only and look it up.
That's true. Yeah, he'd probably definitely do that. Patience, my friend. Patience.
I'll try.
Ian, we're going to sort you out so you can come and visually see each other at some point on this screen thing. So leave it with me. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, when you were testing it, I could pick it up on the PC, but obviously I don't have a camera connected to the PC.
Right, I got you.
On the iPlayer, on the iPad, on the phone, no.
All right, we'll sort it. We'll sort it, mate. Thanks for calling in, dude.
Okay. No worries.
Speak to you later. Bye, mate.
Bye.
There we go. Ian, phone didn't work properly, but hopefully you could hear that, ladies and gents. Ray's just found us on Facebook. He's just going around stalking us on there. Right. Here we go. Try Who Fernley. If there's anyone who'd get behind planting with schools, etc., and sustainable living. Yeah, I think Who's tried stuff before. I will. Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll talk about it. I mean, that's what I really want to use this podcast for, is to get people to come on, talk about it, see if we can get somewhere with it. Like at the moment, not really going to shows, not really traveling around too much. It's just sort of our place where we can talk about it, get things moving before 2021, which is not far away, peeps. Not far away at all. What's the best to clear aphids from my sprouts? See, so that is a tough one, because I'd usually say a bit of washing up liquid, a bit of water, spray bottle, spray them off, should keep them off. But just wiping them off is the thing. But it's a messy old job. It's a messy old job. I think water, a little bit of the tiniest little bit of washing up liquid, spray. Obviously, you don't want your sprouts coated in washing up liquid, and that should protect them. That's the general advice we usually find. Ray, the gardening channel with Ray. I'm gonna have to check you out, Ray. I might subscribe to you, Ray. I'll check you out, Ray Fitton, on Facebook. Usually we'd have some adverts, so I'll do them right now. We've got another 25 minutes left of the show. It's been good, isn't it? I've had fun to start the show off today. This stream and podcast is sponsored by Flymo. Flymo, your life easy. The only lawnmower brand that my nan will go anywhere near. Don't bother with the rest. because Flymo is here and it's passed the test. Big up to Flymo for sponsoring that was actually a really good rhyme, wasn't it? Big up to Flymo for sponsoring the podcast and this stream as well. They're involved with this, so thanks very much to them for being part of it. In fact, I've just used. Here we go. I've just used my Flymo. I've got a robotic, and I've not had it out because I've basically been feed the grass. Let them know it shouldn't really be bad patches. I've left it. I've let my grass grow, and I thought, you know what? I've got what is this one called? The Hover. It's my favourite one, but it's not actually meant for my size lawn. It's the Hovervac 250. It's called Hovervac 250. It's only a little thing, but it does the lawn well simple, well easy. I've got a bigger one, but the Hovervac's nice and compact. So I just hovered over it, man. I just hovered it. Really enjoyed it. Sounds sad, that, doesn't it? But I do enjoy a little grass cut. And now just flied around with a strimmer. Anyway, Flymo. Go check them out. Flymo.com. Spend over 45 quid on the website and you get free delivery, which is a plus in it. It's a bonus. But big up to them sponsoring the podcast. Also, the Skinny Jean Gardener book, How to Get Kids Gardening, is available right now on, actually, is the book right there, look. $9.99 at the moment on Amazon, and it's not going to get any higher than that. I'm going to keep it nice and low, even though I don't earn as much from it. But doesn't matter. Getting the good message out there. I have to put the Ferrari on hold. It's an awesome book. Over 30 ideas in there. Really cheap, really easy gardening ideas. Let's have it. Let's have it. Oh! Let's just flick through one. I'll tell you one that's in here. Oh, there we go. Look, we talked about wildflower seed balls earlier. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen. There they are. In the book. It's such a good garden to make. Really simple. Really easy. Let's click the link. Last 20 minutes to go. Really quick, really easy. $9.99 on Amazon.co.uk right now, people. If you want to get the kids out there gardening, loads of different ideas in there. Plus, if you want to, let's just quickly change this up. Look, if you want to, I've got everything but the videos. If you want to sponsor the stream, you can. It's available right now for sponsorship. If you want me to get your product or service in the front of literally tens of people 4 nights a week, then it is available for sponsorship. If you fancy it, it's not as expensive as you might think. Not like 20 quid, obviously, but literally tens of people watching right now. 0742 357 4520. If you want to get involved. Last 20 minutes of the show. It's gone fast tonight. I was a little bit worried about what was gonna happen tonight. I wasn't sure. But thanks so much to everyone that's called in already. We had a call in tonight. Sean got in early before we watched EastEnders, no doubt. Mr. Suggett called in. Thanks, Suggett, for calling in. Stuart Jackson, Ian. We should have gave him the bell. Forgot about the bell. I always forget the bell. Alison called in as well. Thanks to Alison. If you're watching, you've got any plants that can be planted up right now, any ideas for plants that can be planted up for wildlife at a school garden, some grasses perhaps. Love a grass. Love a good old grass. Here's some of the grasses I've planted recently. See, Penistum. It's good grass. Penistum. We've got Stipper is a good one. Stipper. I love grasses mainly in kids gardening because they can take a real beating, can't they? They can get run over by a bike, hit by a football. That's why they're good. Also, I brought this one in. I really like this one. It's what's this one called? Hummerlolicus. Nice flowering grass. I got loads of flowering grass. Maybe I'll show you tomorrow my flowering grasses. There we go. Basically, it's going to have to re-watch from the start. Well, we're here every night, Ray. 4 nights a week till Thursday. How much does it cost to sponsor the stream? Get in contact now. Lee@skinnyjingana.co.uk. For you, Rich, quite expensive. Rich is going to sponsor the stream. For you, Rich. Anyone that's asked about this, I've seen a few people mention about this garden club sign. It's not actually launched yet, but it's coming soon. So, garden club, it's coming very soon. But yeah, anyway, if you want to start a sponsor stream, lee@skinnyjingana.co.uk. I must get a more comfortable seat, I think. If I'm going to sit here for 2 hours, I'll put my jacket back on. You going out? We're here till 10. I've hardly talked about anything I want to talk about tonight. It's a nice bit, I suppose, isn't it? We've got plenty of time this week. Here 4 nights a week. 0742 357 4520. If you want to call in the last, what time is it? Last 20 minutes of the stream. It's getting a little bit chilly now. A little bit chilly in the studio. Might have to get a little heater. Keep me going. Anyway, yeah, I cut the lawn today. As I was talking about the fly modes. I gave it a real good feed. Which it really needed. But I'll tell you what, them pigeons just come down and take the pigeons. They take the seed, they do. Take the absolute seed. They literally did take the seed. So I've still got bare patches, but I'm determined. I'll tell you what, I'm determined to get that grass looking absolutely pristine by 2021. 2021, be ready. I'll tell you why, because hopefully Flymo will continue sponsoring the podcast. But also, we would want to do some photos in the garden this year. Obviously, lockdown coming along. One of the questions they said was, how's your grass look? And I was like, it's like anyone else's grass. It's a little bit ooey. So I've been feeding it. It's looking green. It's looking good. Give it really good water, but not that we have to do much water. And I tell you what, I bet Ian's grass is greener than green up in Manchester with all that rain. Greener than green. So I've given it a good feed, give it a good old cut, and then the robotic now can do its thing. So I did that. Had a little bit of harvest. Oh, I brought my harvest in. I wanted to show you for you guys that are watching it in. Don't get too excited because there's not loads. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Get out of here. So tomatoes. Ian's gonna be angry now. Tomatoes, lovely stuff. They're growing beautifully. I talked to Sean about these ones. Useless. These ones, they're special this year. Apparently they're special. This one's probably got something living in it. It was supposed to be like a grape. Me and Sean talked about it a good few weeks ago on a test chat. Useless. This is the only one that really survived. And it's got a hole in the bottom, so something probably living in it. I'm not interested. Loads of tomatoes. Absolutely loving them. Some beautiful peppers we harvested today. Ooh, have a pepper. Lovely. And then I'm really getting into, I love this, right? Mint. I've got loads of mint growing. Loving it. This is going in my drinks, guys. This is going in the drinks. Should put it in my water today. Mint. So I just harvested a little. It's got so much that I thought I'd show you. Now. Got so much to harvest. Hopefully that will keep overnight. I'm going to put that in the fridge, but you should really harvest it and then use it instantly, shouldn't you? So, Ray says, May got a post box to post some seeds to fellow YouTuber. May, if anyone can make sense of Ray's comment there. Oh, no, not that one. That one makes perfect sense. It's funny you say about the swimming pool, Ray. I removed my paddling pool and got a massive crop circle in the garden. Ray, you're not the only one. My friend Jason, let me try and find that picture my friend Jason sent. Hang on. To anyone that's watched the stream. Where would it be? He had exactly... It's on the group chat, so here we go. Exactly the same thing, Ray. This is my mate Jason's. There you go. Crop circle. Sean's back. Sean. Hello. Sean?
Oh, I'm on.
Oh, I can't hear you, hang on. I've done something wrong with the thing. You talking?
Yeah.
There you are. I don't know what I've done with the equip tonight. We're just talking about crop circles on grass, Sean.
Oh, I thought we were talking about mint.
Yeah, we did talk about some mint. We can go back to that. It's much more mint's much more important than that, but that is an issue.
Do you put them into ice cubes?
No, I've not done that. I've seen a lot of people do that before, though. Good.
It's quite good in the depth of winter, and just to get that hit of summer again.
Yeah, mint is good for you. And what do you must know, because you're a bit of a health guy. You know, mint must be good for you in some way.
Well, I'm having some soup.
Yeah.
There.
See it? Oh, yeah, you just spill it everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, mint is very good to just chew on the plot. That's what I tend to do.
Yeah, I had a little chew of it earlier. I thought it's like a healthy chewing gum, isn't it?
It is. But next year, and I think you should get the kids involved, I'm going to grow my own soap again. Remember?
Did you actually make soap from it?
No, it died, but give it another go.
How and how? This was a while ago, this.
So you grow it, and then when you harvest it, it's a bit like horseradish, where you harvest the root. And you put the root into a bowl, give it a bit of a shiggle, and then you get some bubbles.
And that's
grow
it.
Your own soap.
Seems like a lot of work.
It is. Do you want to have a look at the mess that I've made?
That is amazing. It's a bit late for soup, mate. It's 10 o'clock at night.
I had to go out and buy some food for the cats, and then ended up having to walk a mile.
Okay.
And then I was so hungry by the time I got to the end of it. I had a donut, custard cake, and now I've had soup with a bit of bread. So the 800 calorie target for the day, I think, has been reached.
Joe Wicks is going well.
Yeah. Have you heard any news about the gardening shows for next year? Because to be honest, I've actually quite enjoyed not going to any of them.
I haven't. You know what? I think I feel the same. Actually, I felt like it's been a nice little break from them. I don't know anything yet about the garden shows next year. I've not heard nothing from anyone. I wonder if everyone's holding off and seeing how, I don't know, was it Belvoir Castle show was on recently, and Malvern is doing a little show next week. So maybe people are waiting to see how they go.
Is that actually a live show or a virtual show? Do you know, the Malvern?
What? Yeah, it's a real one with real people.
Real vegetables.
Sure, I'm guessing so.
I am looking forward to going to the Bridgewater Gardens, which the RHS were due to open this year, but obviously postponed it. And I actually think that might turn out to be quite a good thing for them, because next year the plants will be a bit more established. You don't want to go to a garden and see all these gaps between things.
I think they were running behind as well, weren't they? Anyway, so
I'm not sure, but I remember going up there. They took me up there in a minibus on a raining day about 5 years ago, and it was just a field of mud. So I will be looking forward to my invite to go back and see what they've done.
Do you think they'll do you another minibus, mate?
Well, there were quite a few of us in the bus. Carol Klein was there. She fell down the hill on the mud.
Sounds very dodgy. RHS took you all out to a field in a minibus. I'd be scared.
No, we got together. I think it was about 5:30 in the morning outside their headquarters, and this bus turned up, a minibus, and we all packed into the bus, went up to Salford. The bus was a bit too hot, so a few of us were sick on the way.
Oh my God.
It was like, are we nearly there yet? They fed us up with a bit of food, and then they took us to the gardens, and it was literally nothing had happened. There was somebody had even camped in the woods there.
Might still be there.
So it'll be interesting. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to go back and see how it's all changed.
Have you got any video of it when you went up?
No, now we weren't allowed to film. They were being quite strict.
Okay. And
I saw somebody from the local paper was secretly filming. So I thought, right, I'm going to have a word. So I said, well, he's filming. Why can't I? And I was representing the Daily Mail at the time. Right. Why can't I film? And they said, we'll go and tell this guy not to film. So about 2 minutes after, he starts to film again. So I thought, right, I'm going to have him. So I went and stood in front of his camera, but he didn't see me coming. The next thing, he's rolling backwards down a 10-foot hill. Him and his camera got covered in the mud, and we all just carried on walking to the next spot.
Sounds like you were hired by the RHS to take out reporters.
Well, there was a TV crew there from BBC, so I'm hoping that, and they had some drones there, so I'm hoping there will be a documentary on the BBC at some point on how this garden has been created, because I think it's the first one they've created for like Hydrangeas or something.
Oh, well, that would be good. Yeah, no doubt they'll do something. But it'd be interesting to see. Ray says Harrogate is on the 22nd and 25th of April.
Out of all the shows I've been to, Harrogate is the one that I enjoy the most.
I've never been before.
From a gardening point of view, like we go to Chelsea and we go to what's the other one? Hampton Court. I don't know what it's called now. Hampton Court Fun Day, Palace Day, something now, isn't it?
Yeah, Bouncy Castle Festival. Yeah.
Yeah. So I go to them, but those are a bit more because by the time you go to Hampton Court, you've seen everything. Because if you go to all the shows, you would have seen that garden in Chelsea, and you would have seen it. So Hampton Court, for me, is a lot more about the people just getting together and just saying hello to people. And I think that's what I've missed this year. I haven't really missed the gardens because the gardens with Chelsea were becoming a bit samey.
I don't think it's going to change. So everyone's like, "Oh, this might change it up," but it won't.
No.
But Harrogate is the only one we've got at the moment, mate. But I'll let you know any news. I'll let you know. You'll be the first to know.
Well, I'm going to go now to have a cup of tea because I can hear somebody coming downstairs, and at this time of night they probably haven't got any clothes on, and your public don't want to see that.
I'll see you later, dude.
See ya.
No, we don't want to end the stream like that. We've got the final tonight. We've got the final. I can't work that out. About 7 minutes left of the show. Gardener's World Live is now my fave show since Chili Fiesta has been cancelled. Gutted that Chili Fiesta has been cancelled. After going to what that garden called again, Rich? We went there a few weeks ago. Ashley, hello, how you doing? Ray's got all the information. Look, RHS Malvern, which I'm actually at next year, spring, the 6th to the 9th of May. It's the only show I'm booked for next year at the moment is RHS Malvern. So if you want to see me, that could possibly be the only show I'll be at. RHS Chelsea Flower Show, 18th to the 22nd of May. I'll be going to that, hopefully. Hampton Court Palace Garden Festival, 6th to 11th of July. I'd really love to be there at that show. West Dean is where Chili Fiesta was. Awesome venue. Fortunately, I never saw it. Ashley says, do we talk about anything? Ashley, You've come late to the party. We start at 8 o'clock every Monday to Monday to Thursday, 8 till 10. So if you want to tune in tomorrow, then please do. We talk about gardening basically tonight. We've talked. Let's have a roundup of what we talked. What have you missed, Ashley? What have you missed? We've talked about raised beds earlier on, wildlife, grasses, foxes, squirrels. We didn't get to the squirrel attack story, but we'll talk about that another day. We've talked about harvesting. What have you grown? What you're harvesting. We talked about garden shows. We talked about school gardening quite a bit. We had Stuart Jackson on talking about that. We've had issues with tomatoes up in Manchester. We've had hydrangeas. We've covered a lot in the first show. I'll tune in next time. Please do, Ashley. It'd be great to chat to you. Final 5 minutes. Okay, so the phone lines are open. Final 5 minutes. 0742 357 4520. I'll know that number by heart by the end of it. Ray says we'll be back tomorrow. Ray's off to bed. Night, Ray. Really enjoyed the chat. Nice one. Phone lines are open. I'll put for the final time tonight. I'll put in the link. If you want to click the link in the comments, and you can literally be streamed live into the stream, and we can chat. Final 5 minutes, 4 minutes of the show. Final 4 minutes of the show now. It's been fun. I've really enjoyed it. It's been for the first show back. Like I said, I wasn't quite sure how we were going to get on. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while since we went live. Been a while since we've had the phone lines open, even though the technology's failed us. It's failed us today. No doubt I'll work on it tomorrow. Get that up and running. But we've had a few people tune in, get involved. And I think we've had a laugh. Are you back tomorrow? I'm back tomorrow, Ashley. 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. I'm here. We can chat, gardening, or whatever you fancy. Mainly gardening. It's a gardening show. And you can get involved. Like I say, thanks to Flymo for sponsoring. If you want to sponsor the stream, then please get in touch. Cheers, Rich, for staying tuned for the whole lot. I haven't got an outro. I should have an outro, really, but I've not got an outro to the show. We are back tomorrow. Use a failure, I expect. We are back tomorrow at 8 p.m. With some more chat. So if you've got a gardening question, bring it on. Just like Alison did earlier. Alison had a garden question. We answered it. Ian had a garden question. We sort of answered it. If you got an answer why green tomatoes have fallen off the stem already, then let me know. But I've not had that before. But they'll ripen. They'll ripen. I need to get more pillows on this chair, really. It's a tough chair to sit on for 2 hours. Although we did it for 24 hours once. So, don't want to brag. We did that. So, yeah, 2 minutes left. Right, look, I have really briefly mentioned the documentary. If you've got 40 minutes, then go check it out. Go give it a watch. It is on all of the social medias, all the YouTube, on the Facebook, on the Twitter as well, if you want to watch it on Twitter. It's on all those social medias. So if you want to go and check that out, please do. It's a real eye-opener for me, and we will talk about it. I'm going to get Dale and Aid on at some point, who come round and experienced that tour. Aid from Agents of Field filmed it, and Dale directed it. Directed me. We'll get them on, and we'll also get Stuart, like I say, and Michelle, and a few other people that were on that show to talk about it, because we really want to progress that. What can we sow in polytunnels tomorrow? Ray wants to talk about what can we sow in a polytunnel. Ray, I'll be checking out your YouTube channel later on for sure. Right. I think we're going to end it there, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Ray, Rich, Ian, Ashley at the end there. I can't remember everyone I'm flying through. Sean, Simon, Ray again. Everyone that's got involved in the chat, thanks so much. Everyone that's been watching, thanks so much too. Have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow night. You know what time. 8 p.m.